Bronny can go in front of ESPN.
Nigga, my mama gonna go to war, nigga. I don't give a fuck how old she is or how old I am. So if I got a pops, that nigga gonna do this. Well, he better do this. That's right.
Yeah. But now we're opening the door for all of these parents to start coming out and protecting their kids.
If you think that's bad, wait till you see shit doing.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's about to get worse.
He already doing that. We all saw what we saw, and you know what we saw.
That's elementary school.
No.
That's all
when you a teammate, he push him like, man, like, let's go. He push him like, get off of me.
Get off of me.
Get off me.
No, don't touch me.
Was it worth the 30,000? Now? In the moment.
In that moment.
In the moment.
He was up.
You remember? Was it bingo night? Or was it? 44.
You know what we do on this show, boy. We flow, boy. But keep it high level. This is gonna just give you the beats. And I give you my opinion at the end on all of these topics. But what's going on, the core issue, is the carriage rights fee.
First of all, start off the right way. Exactly. Let me start out like this. This is why I'm broke and you got money. This whole Dak Prescott saga.
What are those? On the field, I got metric after metric. He's a winner. Okay, he's #1 in all categories for the Dallas Cowboys first 5 seasons. Off the field, unquestionable character. Like, the only thing you got on Dak Prescott is, I am undefeated.
Oh, come on.
And me playing basketball, and I just want to line up.
He's getting up.
And show, yeah, we doing this for real.
He's
first.
I
want to go rebound.
Shoot. This one?
Cut that up, baby. This boy, it's wet time. That's what I do.
I still don't know why this is a pick, except exceptional play by the defender. Look at that. 2 dudes reaching, and then he comes between them and say, let me split this bunk bed. And I'm out of here. Shotgun snap, slips. Oh, that's something. Sack on your first play ever in the NFL. I know your nightmares came true. You're like, God dang. Oh, yeah, this ain't it. Look at this blitz right here.
I mean, he only knows so much what he's reading off stats, off paper. I mean, everything's good on paper. But I would always love to hear it from a player because they play the game.
What about a journalist? Like, being real, NARPs are journalists. Like, you're from that pool, right? So imagine somebody just said, you didn't play the game. I don't want to hear it.
She would have a living room full of people at about 10 p.m. probably every other Friday or Saturday. Come up here and I already know what they want, and I got to sing whatever song I got.
Did you say sing, not rap? You said sing, huh?
Sing. Yeah, they ain't trying to hear no rap. They ain't trying to hear no rap. Yeah.
Well, you think you can do something with that?
Hey, man, Michael Jordan too light in the tail.
Okay, you know what? Big dog?
Yes.
I ain't light in the tail. If you want some of this, let's go one-on-one right now.
Everyone's playing the hits, but I'm a DJ. And one thing I know from my DJing experience is that you don't just play the hits. You play things that people haven't found out about yet. Discovery. Not up to me. I don't have this ego where I'm a buck, talk trash, and be like, yo, I don't like this. I don't like this. I'm gonna be like this. All right, I got enough talent. I got enough belief in me. I know what I want to do. Yep, let me go do it.
Boy, 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 boy. What's up, man? Y'all know what's up. Indiana's up. How do you get ranked higher than #1? Golly, I ain't gonna lie. Is it hyperbole to say that this is the best team I ever see play college football? And I'm not saying because of what they do necessarily. It's because of what they take advantage of that you don't do. Like, it's almost that New England Patriot when they were rolling, whether it was the undefeated team that was the perfect team until they weren't perfect in the Super Bowl. Hopefully that doesn't happen to Indiana. I don't wish that on anybody. You're talking about a fall off, talking about a drop. Drop. But at the same time, not only have I seen this team be so effective and efficient in how they play, but more importantly, when you mess up, they address it. They walk right up to you, see, now you know you done dropped the bottle of beer. You know you done funked up, don't you? You know you done funked up, right? What time? 11:30? You know you're funked up. Y'all know the reference. Y'all get it. It's insane. Like, they will not let you breathe. Like, oh, you imagine being in a house where every time you messed up, it's just like they show up and they say, oh. Not only are we going to intercept it, we're going to pick six it from hello. That's who the Indiana Hoosiers are right now in the game of football. Not basketball, football. It's insane. I've never seen a team in college play this mature, this efficient. It's just next level. So the hyperboles are well-deserved. I got to give them to them like they deserve them because they earned them. So let's start off with, obviously, Indiana Hoosiers. You guys win, right? And what we're going to notice about this team is obviously the same cliche word everyone's throwing out there, but they really define it, culture. Like, we say culture a lot, but I think a lot of times people be thinking culture is, a place where people go and then all of a sudden, you know, you're really good or you really buy in or you really are what that is. And that's not really culture. I mean, if you look at it, culture is you and what you do. Not what it is you make the culture. So there's a windy road for Indiana a lot of years, and we know it, right? And if you really want to go there, it kind of starts here with this graphic. Peep this. This is how many 4 and 5 stars are on each team, as we saw last night. So since we know that Kirk Cignetti doesn't have any 5 stars, that means that's 8 4 stars, 0 5 stars. Where 55 is where you go when you want to go to Oregon. Obviously, story program. More importantly, off the field has the highest cachet maybe in college football. The uniforms, field night, everybody's pumped. So this road to get to this place, let's just cover that before we go a little deeper into the game. The schedule started off like this. First round, we had Alabama down 17, beats Oklahoma, right? All right. Woo! Follow me now, because Alabama, boy, the way they went out, you're glad that Oklahoma didn't make it any further. But styles make fights. Now we go to Miami, who shouldn't have been in, they said, but then they put them in instead of Notre Dame, and guess what happens? Oh, they squeaked by. A boring game in the beginning at least. It was what, 3-0 at half, something like that? Turns out to be a 10-3 win. And people had their questions about Miami. Should they be in? We letting a team in that squeaks by, and even though A&M was good, just a lot of conversation, right? Follow me. Ole Miss and Tulane. That's when we start saying, oh, God, what are we doing here? Why y'all letting the Ivy League play? You know what I mean? Why y'all letting these FCS teams in here? Why are you letting these Group 5 teams in here? All that, right? Come on, bad news bear style. So anyway, Oregon has another one of those matchups as well. Just imagine if James Madison had some bad luck and had to play Indiana. What would the score have been? Anyway, so now we get Miami. Okay, good win. Beat Ohio State. The same Ohio State we saw that just lost to Indiana now loses to Miami. Yeah, all right. Oregon, Texas Tech, solid win, but be real about Texas Tech. They bought them a hell of a team and they look good, but at the same time you had your questions. You had your suspect on them. All right, Indiana. This is the one. This is the game where you're like, oh, somebody ain't playing. I think it's happening in the NFL. If you watched the last week of the Seattle versus Rams game, was that Seattle Rams? No, Seattle 49ers. Excuse me. You looking like, oh, Seattle ain't playing. Like, it almost like they wanted to assert themselves. Indiana, even though they've been asserting themselves all year, they really showed up in the playoffs. That was the biggest beat down until last night. Then we saw Ole Miss go get Georgia, okay? And that was a close game, but at the same time, he's like, all right, 2 really good teams going at it. Great game. Then we saw Miami go out there, one of the best fourth quarter, second halves we ever seen in college football history. Back and forth, lead changes, couldn't leave. Even if you had a dinner date, you had an appointment, your movie was coming on, you had to go to the cinema, who still goes, you were running late. All them damn previews, you were like, oh, I hope they have a lot of previews. This game was insane, okay? But what you saw is Miami start to show that they are a damn good team, hella physical, but they will make some mistakes, keep you hanging around. Look at that score right there. But then, juxtaposed to that win was Indiana, and don't let the score fool you. This is when you guys always yell, man, numbers do lie. Stats do lie. Yeah. In that situation, hell yeah. Because there ain't no way, that game wasn't that close. But it's impossible to keep your foot on the throttle because you can't lie to yourself when you're up 40. You know, you're like, you got to start putting in backups sometimes. More importantly, you start going with your backup mentality. Instead of going out there and trying to kill somebody, you're trying to make sure you don't get hurt. So that's what happens typically in those situations. So now we see it, and we're like, oh, let's dive a little deeper into this game, what they really talking about. So the culture, I really want to talk about the culture. I thought this is a hilarious way of talking about how you really build a team, how you build a roster. Let's listen to, not Kirk Cignetti, but his former boss, the all-time great Nick Saban, talk that talk.
Teamwork, discipline, relentless focus. Those are old-school values that you believe in, and that's what they've been able to accomplish with just 2 years with Sig.
Yeah, I kind of did everything ass backwards, and I told my coaches to do it that way. You know, everybody says there's no I in team, but I always says there is an I in win. Because the I stands for the individuals who make the team what it is. But the most important thing is picking those right guys. Yeah. You know, that you can develop the culture that you want to have on your team. And I think that's what Kirk Cignetti has done a great job of. He's got great people in his organization, coaches, players. They buy in, they're positive, they execute, they have discipline, they have the things you need to do to play at a high level on a consistent basis. And he chose that. He picked those guys.
How did you do that? How did you ensure that?
You know what? I really think that you either know what dog you can pet or what dog's going to bite you.
That is facts.
By developing relationships with them.
Yeah, with his players, right? Is what you're talking about?
That is facts.
Yeah, absolutely. Because everybody,
they'll bite as a pup.
yeah,
right?
well, and they all respond differently. Everybody responds to different things. It feels like Cignetti has the capability of doing that.
That is facts. Boy, you know how fun it must have been to play for Nick Saban, just like Bill Belichick as well. Like, they got this public persona, obviously, when they're coaching, especially, where they're just so hard-nosed. No smiles, no thrills, right? No frills. But you can tell that they, behind the scenes, like when I played for Bill Parcells, they got that sense of humor. They get it. They're ball coaches. Like, they know what these fools want and what they do, but they also know what they need. And I love the fact that he even explained it, like we were just talking about, that it is character before culture. Character before culture. It's the person first, before you talk about the culture. What Chicago Bulls culture did they have before Michael Jordan? And then Scottie Pippen? And then Phil Jackson? Oh, that's the culture. Them dudes. Oh, you don't believe me? Take them dudes away from Chicago. How's the culture? Anybody? So character comes before culture, even in the dictionary. Yeah. You got to go there first. You got to get the right dudes. You got to get the right ones that buy in, that go there for you. And boy, do they ever have it. I mean, not only do they have it, I don't think you're ever going to get it again. You're going to get a different version, but you ain't going to get a better version. Oh, my God. Oh, it's okay to admit this, that you want to borrow from people, right? A lot of times in this world, we get all territorial. We don't want to borrow culture. That's why I hate it. It's so stupid. You know, a black woman sitting there clowning a white girl. Oh, what you doing getting braids when you on vacation? Who the hell you think you are, right? And then the white girl is sitting there clowning the black girl. Well, who you think you are with your blonde hair? Stop being territorial. Borrow. I want to borrow some of Fernando Mendoza, damn it. Yes, I do. Me, and then I want to pass it on to the itty bitties that I know. My itty bitties as well. That sucker there, I mean, he is Russell Wilson Chat GPT version 5.2. He is next level. Pull the string. Greatness coming out. It's sick. And don't lie, he was darting yesterday. I don't understand. I heard some reports, we even played them a few days ago. And I have never been on this side. I thought the dude had talent from hello. I thought the dude was amazing. I hate that they kept saying it last night too. The sneaky athletic ability. Nah, it's not sneaky. It's just you just judging him by his paint job. Stop judging by the paint job. First thing you learn in sports is don't judge a book by its cover. So you see a Cuban or a white guy, and you that's like seeing me play basketball. I'm big and black. Good luck. I am breaking that stereotype. Come on, man. So you sneaky athlete. That sucker can run. It's okay. He ain't Lamar Jackson, but he can run. You know, that Daniel Jones world. Like, he moving. He moving. Okay, so anyway, I always believed in his talent, but yesterday, I'm gonna tell you guys from a coach's perspective, because there's fans' perspective, there's players' perspectives, and then there's just coach's perspective. And then the film. Let me give it to you. There's no better team than the team that is reliable, that is trustworthy, that coach calls a play. 37 X cross, Y waggle, Z cutback on 7. Break. That's 7. Okay, you got it. And you actually run that play. And it actually gains yards. Or, if you're lucky, scores a touchdown. Why is that the most important thing? Because that's reliability. That means coach can look down at his sheet. Coach could get on his headset, talk upstairs. He could talk from upstairs right to your helmet. And we are in sync. And everything I say, you do. Whoop, whoop. Simon says, okay? The best thing about sports, and you really locked in, and you really got a squad, is y'all playing Simon Says. Because now coach can design it. Coach is not in the trees, right? You are. He sees the whole forest. He on the sideline like this. Okay, we could do this. We could do human chess pieces. Please trust me. Okay? I got you. I'm going to put you in position. You can't cover this whole field by yourself. I need all you guys to be in alignment and do your assignment. And then attack. That's called AAA, y'all. Alignment, assignment, attack. Call AAA. You need some help. The other team needs some help. Call AAA. We about to get alignment, line up in the proper space, in the proper place. Do what you're supposed to do, your assignment, and then attack. Even if you make a mistake, make a fast mistake. That's what they got in Indiana. That's why it's so scary. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. What's the spread? Beat it up in the comments. I don't know. I don't gamble like that. I play mobile games and stuff. You know, Lucky Day Entertainment. Y'all be playing it soon with me. But the point is, tell me this. Miami in trouble because Miami doesn't play that style of ball. They play the talent ball game still. Man, we some dogs. We hit hard. We fast, athletic. Okay. Oh, okay. Probably a lot of 5 stars, 4 stars. Some dudes. This is like almost stereotypical. Let's go here. Remember growing up? You played for the Park and Rec down the street. Me, I played Inglewood Junior All-American Football Conference. What's up? Sentinel Field right there in Inglewood. Played there before Mac-10 was born. You know what I'm saying? And I'm there. And we won every game my first year, my second year, my third year. Undefeated champions. Never lost. I'm a 11-year-old, never lost. What? Lose what? I ain't never lost. Closest we got, we almost lost to Carson. We beat them 6-0. Think about it. Inglewood playing Carson in the 80s. You know what that was. Because Carson turned into Banning and Carson High School. They used to be it in the 80s. So we had all they little itty bitties, all they babies. So it's just an inner city battle. It's warfare. It's gangster. It really, Nissan trucks, blue, red, velvet backs, everything. Elcos, Monte Carlos, I'm just taking you through the whole culture of it. And then that year, after we won the championship, they switched us to the Orange County Conference. So immediately, you got your stereotypes, you got your perceptions. You start to say, who we playing now? We playing who? Okay, guess who was in this conference? North Orange County, Mission Viejo, Santa Ana. All right, we go out there, whop, 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 beating up on teams, but you started to see something different. Even though we were whopping them up, we still were like something different. Obviously, better facilities and resources, just to be real. We got off the bus, we was like, damn, this is a fresh field. Are we playing at real high schools and getting some JUCOs out here, some colleges? It's sick. But then you started to notice, and I'm going to keep it 1,000 while that discipline started to, the teams were more white than not. You always got to find a black skilled player here and there, you know, no matter where you were. But it was more than not white kids. But they were kind of like, it was weird. We were whooping them up, but it was like a togetherness. Whereas when we were playing our inner city kids, we were just whooping them up. And then they just splinter off. Like, it's crazy. get into the playoffs, whooping them up, semifinals, whooping them up, get to the championship game. So this is before scouting, at least at a 10-year-old, 11-year-old level. Like, we not going to – I don't know who we playing. I heard of them. I ain't seen them. You know, when I'm playing Mission Viejo, the team we end up playing in the championship, North Orange County Piranhas, we're playing Santa Ana. So we ain't seeing them. This is when your mama used to drop you off. You know what I mean? Anyway, we get there, championship game, no lie. I'm watching them warm up. Nasty uniforms. This is my first game I ever lose. Nasty uniforms. Looking at them. Yeah. All white. Maybe a Latino in there or so. Maybe a Samoan in there or so, but all white. 2 brothers. Number 27, number 18. Never forget it. I'm looking at them too. I'm like, all right, are they super athletic or not? 27 was gigantic. That's it. I was like, oh, 18 was athletic. But then 27 was the hard one. You could tell he was no punk. And 18, kind of soft. Good. Let's go. Scouting report done. You know, that's what you're doing when you're doing warm-ups and jumping jacks and looking at the other team. You're looking for wristbands. You're looking for fresh. You're looking for skinny ankles, high calves, big butt. Like, you're trying to see who athletic, who got it. They kicked that ball off. Rude awakening. We didn't get smoked, though. We were that damn good. We lost that game 6-0. My first game I ever lost was 6-0. We couldn't score. Last play of the game. I got it on film. I actually could show it to you when I could find it. Last play of the game, we got the ball. We're on our 30. I have never in my life caught a pass. This is old school football, y'all. 3 yards in a cloud of dust, okay? Never caught a pass. My coach comes to us after a timeout. He's like, we got to do this play. And I was like, what's the play? Marcellus, you got to line up as slot receiver. And we're going to throw you the ball quick, and you just go. Now, I'm the guy. I'm scoring 4 or 5 touchdowns every game, none this game. And he like, that's it. I was like, what happened to our 38 toss and all that? No. They've been stopping that all game. Even though I had some big runs, no touchdowns. He's like, quick pass, Marcellus. I catch the ball. I start weaving. Here comes 27. I make a miss. He's their best player. Once I made a miss in my head, let the confetti fall. The rest of these dudes, move. But here's the problem. 27, disciplined. Because I had done the same thing against other players. When I beat them, they gone. They laying on the ground, they pouting, they mad, whatever. I put a move on them. 27, I put a move on them, and I'm going. But he had 10 friends with him. And all they did was get in the way. I'm going him. He can't get me. I'm spinning. I'm going. I'm bouncing outside. I am going. You can hear the crowd go like this. Oh. Like I'm about to score. Guess who comes back in the picture? Because everybody was slowing me down. 27. And he grabbed me. And when he grabbed me, I do this hop, and and then boop, pull the plug. Tackle me. First game we lost. Why I bring that up? Because you look at Indiana, it reminds me so much of that. You see Miami, it reminds me so much of us. There's a certain level that when the talent runs out, the work ethic, and I'm not saying that Miami doesn't have this, but watching them play Ole Miss, they got some problems. They're not efficient enough. They're just not. They playing like backyard in comparison to Indiana, who's playing buttoned up. Okay? Buttoned up. Like, good luck. And they're not perfect. No team is perfect. It's just the complexion of the team. And I ain't talking about color. I'm talking about how y'all really go out and do your business. Remember the New England Patriots? What was their mantra? I tell you guys this all the time. I had more talented teams, it seemed like. Oh, don't get us twisted. All the Hall of Famers I played with, I've been on teams with dudes that were stacked. Come on. Here's the thing. New England Patriots always live by this mantra. More games are lost in the NFL than won. Miami looks like a team that's going to try and win the game. Right? You look at Indiana, they look like they want to win the game, but they're going to use you against yourself in that pursuit. Big difference. So you're going to go out there and go, and they're going to go out there and go, Oh, give me that. Thank you. You dropped that. Let me pick it up for you. It can get ugly. That's all I'm saying. I think this is the game. Either Indiana wins a close one because Miami is as disciplined and culture is real out there. We know how much I love the U. There's only 3 ways. It's not 4 ways to go. Miami is not blowing out Indiana. Book it. Not a shot. Not a shot. They're not. Miami is not beating Indiana like that. Miami may win a close one. That's it for Miami. Indiana may win a close one. But I'm betting Indiana going to blow them boys out. Simple as that. You don't believe me? Listen to somebody just got beat down. This is how they sound.
What went wrong tonight?
Yeah. First things first, as a quarterback, you have to protect the football. And Indiana, of course, has a great defense, great disguise of different looks. But, you can't win football games if you're causing turnovers. So just something, of course, I need to work at. That comes with just, reps. But overall, there was a great Indiana defense, great defensive coordinator. But at the end of the day, we beat ourselves.
Yeah, and ultimately, there were moments where we had success offensively. But obviously, when you have the takeaways, you start off with a pick six, you get in a little bit of a hole, you probably start to press a little bit. You get away from some of the success you have in the run game at times, but there's moments that we had some good plays. But that's a damn good team, and credit, you got to give credit to them too. It's not just what we didn't do, it's what they did do.
Now y'all get it? Blah, blah, blah. It's not what we didn't do, it's what they did. They taking it to another level, y'all. Beat it up in the comments. Let me know what's the best team you've seen in college. I know we can go all the way back. We got some Oklahoma teams in there. Some of the Notre Dame teams in there in the 80s, 90s. I hear y'all. Y'all talking about Miami, early 2000s. I'm listening to y'all. That USC team, I'm listening to y'all. That Texas team, I'm listening to y'all. This is something different, y'all. Right? This ain't Reggie Bush lateraling the ball to try and keep things alive. This ain't no wild scramble from Vince Young. This is like machinery. This is like RoboCop. You have 3 seconds to comply. You're like, what? And they coach. Maybe it's just they coach. Maybe I'm just too enamored with Curt Cignetti. I never thought in my life I would be 51 years old and be pumped to see a guy like Curt Cignetti just say hello. Every time they show that man, every time he says something, I am locked in. I literally pause when I see him coming and the kids are talking. We doing something. We cleaning up. I'm like, Paul, gotta hear it. Gotta hear it. He is hilarious, but gangster. Oh, if I were in college right now, trust me, I'm in the portal. I'm going to Indiana. Sound like Michael Jackson. Going back to Indiana. It's insane. Okay, some people are saying Clemson team. Okay, I hear y'all. All right, let's give some love to who's in this chat today. Danny Fan, number one. Before we get into Miami, we're going to give Miami Hurricanes a little love too, because that's the opponent. We got the matchup set, Indiana versus Miami. What you talking about, Danny Fan? Vegas going to thanks. First of all, if y'all going to write something in the chat, make it English, King's English preferred. Vegas going to thanks Fernando, Indiana. Okay, I guess they are. Who else we got in here? Chris says that was like the slowest 30 yards ever. Shut up, fool. I didn't say I ran 30 yards. I said we had the ball at our 30. I ran to like their 30. I ran like 60 yards. But then I'm going to have to play this because I know sometimes y'all be like, man, Marcellus, shut your ass. Look at you all chunky over there right now. You ain't never ran nothing. It was that dude. That dude. All right, one more. Speaking facts. Thank you, Yasmig. Thank you. Speaking facts. Let's get into this. Let's give Miami some love, okay? Because I'm not trying to act like I'm against Miami because, as you know, I'm hanging on by a pinky nail on their bandwagon. I jumped on the bandwagon as soon as I saw them in the playoffs. I was like, oh, yeah, the U is back. I love the U. At the same time, I recognize what they are and what they're about to deal with. And I think Ryan Clark does as well, but he got to give them their flowers. Let's go.
For you. And I know you're going to hate this.
I love it.
The Miami Hurricanes are the most traditionally SEC football team in all the country. It ain't Florida, it ain't LSU, it ain't Auburn, it ain't Alabama, it ain't Georgia. This is the first time Ole Miss this season has faced a team that plays like we historically believe SEC teams play. Mm-hmm. The physicality was out the door.
Yep.
3rd and 4th down, 3rd and 2, 4th and 2. What do? They turn around and hand the football off to Mark Fletcher.
Yeah.
They hand the football off to Tremore Brown. Mm-hmm. They run downhill and physically dominate Ole Miss. Defensively, they were the faster team. They were the more athletic team. They were the more active team. This game is actually way closer on the scoreboard than it was in real life. They dropped 4 picks, 4 of them. Carson Beck throws an interception on a tip ball in the red zone. This team absolutely dominated from a physicality standpoint, from an athleticism standpoint. Malachi Tony, without a question, the most talented person on the field, and he just turned 18. Carson Beck executing when you're supposed to, in the biggest moments, like the best of players do from that conference. It has changed, and now Miami, the U, is part of that change.
No doubt.
Blah, blah, blah. All right. So there are more SEC than SEC teams. And that's interesting because SEC is not even right now respected in the college football championship. Nope, they're not. They're not in it. And it's like, whoa, we have a change in the guard. We're going to talk about that. We got that topic coming up, the changing of the guard in terms of conferences. But at the same time, that Ole Miss game, it looked like Miami outclassed them, right? They're just more talented and more gangster. And I don't mean that in like some thug way. I mean it in like, fool, I'm about to hit your ass. Like, wow, every time, right? Just a little more physical. Simple as that. And I like it. At the same time, that game was one play away from Miami losing. Isn't that wild? You watch the first half, you're like, Miami got this. But then you're looking at the scoreboard, you're like, Then you see the second half, you see all these, you're dropping 4 picks. You think about it, you think Indiana's dropping 4 interceptions? So we all succumb to this. We all get into this. We're enamored. We're like, oh, man, they almost did. And look at them, and it's crazy. But it's an efficiency model you got to reset yourself to focus on. Efficiency. You only get 70 plays on offense. What did you do? As Cignetti always says, win that play. Win that down. That's it. You don't play 4 quarters of football. You play 1 play at a time. And it adds up to 4 quarters. That's why I tell the itty bitties, stop thinking about the game. You ain't got a game to play. You got a play to play. You have a play to play. You win that play, you got another one. Let's add them up at the end. So at the end of that Ole Miss Miami game, let's be real. Let's be real. Uh-oh. Y'all really want to be real? They were 1 play away.
I can't get over the end of the game. Carson Beck, great for him. But I can't get over the end of the game. It's pass interference. Have the guts. When you got this, that's pass interference. And so I hear the official in the broadcast come in and say, well, you don't call that because there's hand-to-hand combat. No, there's not. No, don't be a sniveling idiot. There's pass interference. Have the guts to call it or criticize your colleagues down on the field. And by the way, the ball wouldn't have been at the 1. It would have been a 15-yard penalty, so the ball would have been at the 20.
It's not the pros.
It's not the pros. It's not the NFL.
Yeah.
So just call the damn penalty. I can't get
That's
over
what I said. Blah, blah, blah. Call the damn penalty. I hate this whole like unspoken language, this whole unwritten rule, this whole wink, wink, you know what it is, right? No, I don't. Now, this is one of the things that perturbs a lot of the people that I know, that I really kick it with, rock with, especially my wife, obviously. Because, your wife and you are to her the garbage disposal. We get all the trash from the day and we got to clean it up, right? That's a relationship. So I'm very literal when I talk and I'm very literal when I listen. Like my communication's literal. Not perfect, but literal. So if you say to me, you know what I'm saying? I say no. I literally answer that question. It's almost like I got Tourette's. Like when somebody talking to me like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, no. First of all, you said that too early in the conversation. You haven't said what you are saying. You know what I'm saying? Nah. My wife does that sometimes, but she does more of like, it's almost like you feel me? Like you get it, right? And I was like, no. And then you talking about bumping the DJ table. Music stops. I don't get it. I don't notice we're all in the same gang flow. No. Do your damn job. I'm doing my job. I'm a cornerback. I got to defend. I'm a receiver. I got to go catch that rock. I'm a referee. I got to call penalties. That's it. It ain't that deep. But they were 1 play away. and then you give me that ball. The ball at the 35, my offense looks way different than the ball at the 20. My defenders are in different places. The field got crunchier. It got harder on me as an offense, but at the same time, a little easier too. I could dart me one up in there. Just saying. Okay, so let's get into the headlines as we beat up in the comments. We're going to talk a little more SEC, and then we got some topics to go to. Stephen A. Smith snapping. Look out. You better duck, Keith Olbermann. We got the politics, the ICE video. Oh, my God. What is going on with him? And we're going to talk about whatever is dividing our country, whether it's economics, and you see President Trump said credit card companies, enough. Interest rates capped, 10%. I got into a battle with a company, with a bank, trying to give me one of them variable notes, and then all of a sudden, boom! I said, no. They said, let's go to war then. Y'all got to start fighting for it, man. People crazy out here. These self-interests, man, these corporate interests, oh my God. And they were getting away with it. So the politics ain't about right and wrong. It's about, it's dividing y'all. Let's respectfully disagree. Okay? Let's respectfully disagree. Real spit. So we're going to get into that. What y'all talking about in these comments? All right. People betting on Miami. I see Danny Fan, who's number 2 up in here. Ryan Clark is breaking it down. SEC is real. I see you. Big Nick. Thank you, Big Nick. CRNG gave me $5. What movie is this, Big Nick, since you gave me $5? He said, $5. Man, that ain't shit. I do more doing nothing. Do what? I work for my uncle. All right. Somebody beat it up in the comments. What movie is that? All right, let's get into this. Is SEC perception finally shifting after 3 seasons without a national title appearance? Is the perception of the SEC finally beginning to match its new reality? Interesting. Do you think so? Because some people are swearing ain't nothing wrong with the SEC. You know who they are. If you had to close your eyes and think of the SEC, who would you think of? Let's go first. Nick Saban. All right, he's old and he's gone. All right. Who's SEC? You would start trying to think of some players, but they all transferring. Damn it, who's SEC? I got somebody. Him. He can hear me too.
The last question that I have for you, and it's really just to have it on record. Who's going to win the national championship, and is it going to be an SEC team?
It is. And by the way, if it's not, I'm leaving the country because I am so sick and tired of being harassed by Big Ten fans on our show. The Big Ten has literally done nothing. They won 2 national championships. Michigan won 1 2 years ago. They've won 1.5 national championships, I think, before that in 70 years, and they act like they invented football. Alabama has won about 15 national championships in my lifetime. Now, I realize that's not a good comparison to a realistic lifespan, but I believe Texas is going to win. I didn't mean to avoid your question. It's going to end all this, and on January 20th, I'll be the happiest man in America because I won't have to listen to the big tenors, or as my callers call them, the little tenors.
The last
blah, blah, blah. What do I always tell you guys? Please don't listen to anybody as an expert. I love when Charles Barkley says that. I ain't no experts up here. Because, boy, if we were, everyone would live in Vegas, and every time you saw us, we would be broadcasting live from the MGM, BetMGM. We would be betting on the damn games. He said Texas is going to win it. Texas didn't even make the playoffs. I love it too much. And shout out to Sal Perez, who got the reference. Boys in the Hood. Yeah. That was a good one. So, look. I'm not trying to undermine Paul Feinbaum. You know, I miss him too all the time. What I'm trying to highlight is it is hard to predict and it is tough to keep greatness. As your teacher would say, it's hard to get an A. It's even more difficult to keep an A. And it's difficult right now for the SEC to keep its dominance. It's just over. It's just different. Everybody's taking their shots right now. That's why stop getting locked into culture. Stop being a victim of circumstances. You can change it. Kirk Cignetti even said it. He's like, it's about the people. If you believe, if you connect, you hustle, you put in the work, you change anything. I don't care where you're from. I don't care what you do. I don't care what it is. Ain't no hexes. Ain't no voodoo. The voodoo is what you believe in. If you believe in it, yeah, there is. You think you can? You think you cannot? You're right. Either way. Come on now. Blah, blah. It's real. You know how it goes. It's blood in the water now. All these conferences saying, I see you. You know, it's you going back to your reunion. And then you run up on Tiffany. Oh, remember Tiffany? You remember Tiffany from the 9th grade said you were ugly, you African booty scratcher? Yes. Tiffany, how's life? Looking good. Still looking good. Yeah, life's great for me. Yeah. Yeah, we just sold our second fund. Yeah. No, it's good. I got to catch a flight tonight after this. Oh, yeah, what time's your flight? Whenever I get to the airport, it'll be fine. What do you mean? Yeah. So all's good. Yeah. Who's those guys following you around? Oh, my security? Oh, no, fine. So how you been? You been good? Yeah. You want something to drink? Yeah. Oh, you should have some of my champagne. We just launched it two months ago. Yeah. Oh, next thing you know, Tiffany is horizontal. That's how the game goes, right? You like, In case you forgot, there's blood in the water now, right? Crazy. So now people are taking shots not only at the conference, but people are even taking shots at who was out there playing. This is crazy. I didn't know this. Did y'all know this? That Oregon did not beat a single team ranked in the top 15. They made the playoff through a cupcake schedule and a house of cards. All right, be nice. No conference championship. Damn. Faced the easiest set of opponents to reach the semifinals. Absolute frauds. Now, that no conference championship is interesting. Sometimes it plays traffic cop. It actually helps you, right? It's like, I ain't got to deal with all that. You be like, whoo, phew. Like Notre Dame probably thinking, phew, they got to play each other. Good luck. Indiana had to play Ohio State. Good luck with that. Then you get on the podium. We're really disappointed we didn't have a chance to fight for the Big Ten championship. You know, we really were looking forward to that, to get crowned the champions and have that opportunity. But, there's more football to play, so we'll be fine. Thank you, guys. Soon as he walk off that podium, he like Dave Chappelle. We ain't got to play the fool. No, it happens. Oklahoma drills, anything I've been in. Look, I am competitive as hell. I do it with a smile. But obviously, I'm competitive, right? I've done some things that show you I can compete. You are as well. Here's the thing. I ain't never been this guy. Bring it all. Bring it on. No. There's levels to this. No. I want it all. I want what I can chew and digest. And then I want more and more. And more and more. Not all. All is different than more. All right? All? Okay. Day one. Where's Ray Lewis? No. Day one. Where's Walter Jones? No. Let me build myself up. There's always two things going at it, right? Competition and confidence. Don't mess up your kids by putting them in competitive environments and ruin their confidence. That's one of the worst things I see. If I had to have a 10 commandments for parents and itty bitties, stop putting your kids in such competitive environments that they don't have that deep intrinsic confidence, that next level interior. Build up the engine first, then go show off the car. Confidence is showing it off. Building it up and then competing is showing it off. My son, 9, he played with 12-year-olds. Okay, that's good. He's going to be really good. He's going to be a man-child. I know exactly what you're creating. You got a man-child. So at 9, he playing with 12-year-olds. When he 11, he dominating. Here's the thing. He dominating at that age, but then somebody else is getting their confidence and playing against who they play against. So when they both have to finally see each other, one is going to be used to physically getting beat up, and another one's going to be used to mentally always believing in themselves. Which one you think wins? The one who's like, man, I ain't no punk. And the other one said, I never said you were. Woo! I'm trying to help y'all. That's why Tom Brady the GOAT. You don't see it coming. It's like a ninja. Y'all trying to create gangsters. Like, he got on four blades on his waist, 12 shotguns, all that. And then you see a ninja just sitting there in some coca sacks. You see a ninja just sitting there in a black robe. And you're like, man, I'll beat that fool at. Okay, go over there. What happened to him? All right, speaking of that, what happened to him, let's get into this. This is deep. We might have to spend the whole rest of the show on this. These are my guys, right? I'll see you later on today. I'm going to the Legends. I'm going to Legends. I don't know what time I'm showing up, Coach, but I'll be there. This is Compton's finest, Coach JB. That's why you don't judge. You don't judge by the paint job. That's my dog, Triple OG. And then that's Whitlock. You know we did our show, Speak for Yourself. Jason Whitlock. Gangsters. They do a show every Friday, I think, together. At least a segment, something. We're going to break down what happened to John Harbaugh. And this is supposed to be fact-based because the way it sounds fact-based. So we're going to get into that. But first, let's beat it up in the comments. I always like to pay off you guys talking to me in these comments. Keep talking. Wiley-isms. Yeah, thank you, Big Nick. Yeah, Wiley-isms, real spit. My boys used to tease me. They said, dog, you talk like you reading the Bible. Not like I'm that deep, just like I talk in parables and like, cliches and stuff. I was like, yeah, I do. I was inspired by the Bible. I read the Bible when I was young. What you want me? You want me to be inspired by what? Snoop? Want me to say for shizzle? Shout out to the homie. Love you, Snoop. But come on, man. It's all right. But seriously, stop raising your kids with this competition mindset. Confidence. It's about building up your hardware so that when you go anywhere, you can apply that software. And you are ready. You ready. Okay, speaking of ready, I'm ready to hear this. This is gangster. Watch this.
Oh, finally, JB, I wanted to know, what do you think about John Harbaugh getting fired? What do you think?
Well, I have some insight. I got some real insight on this. If you want, I'll break it up.
We got all day.
And it's really factual.
Well, that's not happening. But anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's really factual.
Go ahead, please.
I basically alluded to it on my show. You have a bigger audience. Let your audience get it. John Harbaugh got a call on Sunday night after the game by President and said, we want you back. You got to fire Monken and the DC. And Harbaugh said, hey, I know how the business works. They get it too. I'll make the call. He immediately calls Lamar Jackson and says, Lamar, I'm coming back. You good with that? Lamar said, yeah, coach. He said, I got to fire Monken, though, who you don't like anyway. And he said, no, coach, I like Monken. I said, and then Harbaugh continued to go on and said, no, you don't. You haven't talked to Monken in 4 months.
Damn.
4 months.
Need to find the best way to learn.
What the hell?
Learn math?
Do I got ads?
It's brilliant.org. Brilliant's an effective and fun way to learn. Built for the way
I
your
did
mind.
that was me. That's my bad.
Tell me any offensive coordinator, quarterback relationship that cannot coexist in the locker room and tell me they're going to have success. I'll show you the first one. So that was said, fact. It happened. So Harbaugh said, well, I'm back. You cool with that? Yeah, coach, I'm good. Woo. So Monday morning comes. Harbaugh gets a call from the owner. I'm firing you. And Lamar Jackson told ownership, I don't want Harbaugh back. So if you're going to ask me a question about a possibility of Harbaugh and Lamar going to Miami, no. Never, ever, ever will it happen. And that's the fact. That's what happened. Lamar kind of threw him under the bus. Lamar didn't practice on Wednesdays for no reason at all.
Okay, here we go. Remember that report that everybody was like, oh, that dude don't like Lamar. Oh, that dude don't know. It's so tough in this world. I totally get it. Like, when there's smoke, there's fire. Not all the time. And then there's times where you're like, he's just a hater. And then it's like, well, why would he make that up? So that's why people believe allegations, because they be like, why would he just wake up and just do that? Some people do, but some people don't. And now we're here. You're hearing about Lamar Jackson. And the only thing I will say that made me believe what he was saying to some degree is when Lamar Jackson came out and said, I don't sleep in meetings. And I was like, no. See, this is how they get you. This is how they trap you, right? They make up a bunch of stuff if this is made up. But the point is, you don't even acknowledge what part of that is true. So it's almost a guy who gets caught, and then he's like, I ain't do anything. And then a month later, you find out you did take steroids. And then he's like, oh, well, I ate some bad chicken. Man, move. Please stop.
They changed the practice schedule for Lamar because he wouldn't wake up. Those are all things that really happen.
Oof.
And unfortunate that we've enabled these players so greatly that you can't coach them anymore. So Cliff Kingsbury did the same thing in Arizona. Could not even speak to Kyler Murray. Had to have a wideout coach talk to him for him. This is a mockery, Jason. It's becoming a mockery, and we wonder why these quarterbacks are so bad.
Let me stop him there. That's real. Now, I'm not talking about these incidents. I'm talking about that's really a thing where you're on a team and a cat just don't rock with a coach, and he got enough power because you got to think in the pecking order of things. It's rare to have a coach that even compares or exceeds the cachet of a star player. It's hard to find star players. It's hard to find good coaches. But at the same time, they feel they can find another coach. Can't find that dude that turned the corner like that. Ain't another Myles Garrett out here, whoever you may be. Ain't another Lamar Jackson coming around the corner, right? So they start looking at the coach like, when last time you won a Super Bowl? And then they use your resume against you when it should be for you. John Harbaugh has an amazing playoff record. He has a Super Bowl. Top 15 coach ever in terms of wins. But they like, how long you been here? How long can Lamar play? How long will Lamar play? How long will Lamar be a Raven? And Lamar, last time I checked, I see jerseys that got Jackson on the back. It's rare to see a Harbaugh jersey. Keep talking.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Hold for 1 second, though. Hold for 1 second. What do you think? Do we know what Lamar's problem with John Harbaugh is?
No, I think it's the hard coaching that those guys exhibited throughout the year. Monken, the rumor is Monken, and that's not a rumor because I have buddies on the staff. It's not a rumor. Monken coaches hard. I've known Monken a long time. Sean King and Monken are really, really close friends. You can ask Sean these same things. They talk a lot. Monken coaches, gets after you, gets in your ass, like a real coach does.
Pause.
These guys are so soft that they couldn't handle it. Plus, it's an old white, so they don't like that. Oh, you're belittling me, blah, 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 all the BS. The same narrative we hear every day now. It's always...
Let's talk that angle real quick. That's tough. Especially now. Especially now with platforms, everybody got their handles and stuff. Like everything rests in this volatile space of like, we good, but if we're not good, I can make you look bad. Player to coach, coach to player. Think about it. How that report get out there? I'm sure that the dude knew if Lamar Jackson was sleeping in meetings. He certainly was sleeping in meetings. Who ain't? I slept in many meetings. Stop it. Stop lying about that. Anyway, you sleeping in meetings. This ain't the first time you slept in a meeting. Why I put it out on November 13th when I knew about this in September. The organization, somebody give you a little nudge. Somebody send you that tweet with the emoji like, it's on you. You know what to do. You like this access. You like this relationship, don't you? Baltimore Ravens are going nowhere. Long as you live in Baltimore, beat writer, you can dance to the beat of this drum. Lamar gonna come and go. We'll handle Lamar. You handle the Ravens. Make sure our reputation there. And it could go both ways. So if I'm a player and I don't like coach, and he an old white, as he called him an old white. If he an old white, it's easy. I'd be like, man, look, he don't get my generation. You start off soft. He don't get us. Then you start saying, man, it's cultural differences. Then if you really want to go there, like, man, he said this to me. He would never say that to this white player, this white quarterback. But I ain't saying this on Lamar. I'm just giving you hypotheticals. You can flip it too, right? If you're the Ravens, you start saying like, yeah. Because every player does it. Because when you get paid, when you become the man, part of it is for you to flex, including anybody you're talking about. Tom Brady, Peyton Manning on down. You want Tom Brady's flex was, give me that parking spot. Where? Right there in the front, right next to the handicap, right next to where it says owner, Robert Kraft, Columbia Lion. There. And when they took that away, Brady said, huh? When they asked Brady for that money, give me some of that money back, Brady. We're going to keep Wes Welker. And they didn't keep Wes Welker. Brady said, can I get my money back? They said, huh? Just giving y'all some dope. Pure uncut. Let's go.
Scapegoat. And Monken knew it, accepted it. Monken went on a podcast recently and basically said what you wanted him to say because he probably wants to still coach in the NFL. So he said, I didn't do a good enough job coaching Lamar. I didn't have a good enough relationship with Lamar. So he basically told you that they didn't have a relationship, which I just told you is fact. And those guys didn't talk cordially for 4 months. But yet you had to run the play I call. Not going to work. And so I don't know what between him and Harbaugh, but 19 years and now. By the way, John Harbaugh is 8-4 with a Super Bowl victory without Lamar. He's 3-8 with Lamar, no Super Bowl, but it's his fault.
If you feel like you're
all right, enough of this. I don't know what Whitlock's show got going. They must be getting paid because they got more ads in a little bit. We get the gist. Blah blah blah. I'm going to respond to this comment because it helps the commentary. Dave Walker says they prop them white quarterbacks up no matter what. No, they don't. See, this is what you got to get out of this color narrative. You really got to stop it. But you can't stop it because you believe in it. So I'm just spitting in the wind right now. But I'm going to say it anyway because I like how my spit feels. Nasty. Here's the thing. I played with Drew Brees. When I say that they number 2'd on him, Y'all even know it. They drafted Phillip Rivers while Drew Brees was still their second-round rookie contract player that could potentially be their franchise player. Nah. Now, if they draft somebody while you're still there and you're supposed to be something, do you think that they treating you perfectly, nicely, great? I was there. I played with Doug Flutie. I played with Rob Johnson, who has one of the worst reputations in the NFL because of how he balled in Jacksonville that one game or whatever it was at the end, got paid, went to Buffalo. We lost the Music City Miracle. They blame him for that. Rob Johnson don't step foot in Buffalo. Ain't no love. You want me to keep going? Don't do this. Watch Elway the Doc. Like, y'all got to get out the color game. I'm not saying get out the color game because racism doesn't exist. I'm saying get out the game because it doesn't exist like you keep placing it, like you keep putting it. You doing too much. You call too many penalties. You're the referee that don't even let us play it down. First down. Beep. Offsides. Okay. All right. Repeat first down. Beep. Illegal procedure. Stay still. What? Beep. Potential holding. What? Dog, they destroy white quarterbacks. They destroy black quarterbacks. Just know that, okay? You don't believe me? Ask Baker Mayfield his first few years. You don't believe me? Ask Johnny Manziel how it felt. Come on. Grow up. You're not dumb, but you're doing dumb things. Keep doing dumb things. People going to think you dumb, dog. You don't want to be that guy. So, summing up what they said is this. There's something going on in Baltimore in a tug of war because it didn't make any sense. And that probably explains why it didn't happen on Black Monday. Right? Harbaugh waited, what was it, Black Tuesday, Black Wednesday? One of them black days. And that's what happened. I'm not sure if everything is there, but I trust his sources. I trust that he knows those coaches for sure. I know that Sean King knows those coaches for sure. And when you know somebody on staff, boy, when I tell you what you know that the world doesn't know is insane. Right? If your boy is somewhere and you're not there and he has a position of power, you can read literally newspaper clips and say, you could just start laughing like, look at this BS. Right? And no one wants to out the person that is living different than it's being reported because no one ever wants to be that person. Everyone's getting away with a little masquerade. Everyone got on their Halloween costume to some degree, right? Even coaches. They go into that film room and literally turn it on and go to sleep. The walls are babysitting them. The boys ain't in there doing no X's and O's for no 24 hours. Stop it. So miss me with that. Okay, so now beat up in the comments. Let's talk through it. We can see if you want to miss me. We're gonna put a little pressure on Josh Allen. We got to talk to NFL playoffs. We still got that going on, and we still got obviously some other fine, fiery topics. Remember that? Bam says on everything 100 Marcellus. Yeah. Look, y'all gonna hate me because I'm never gonna. Some things I'm just not moving off of because y'all haven't given me enough evidence in 51 years. Some topics have been everlasting in my life, right? And I'm waiting for evidence to make me move off of certain things. And when I say it, I say it. I am very open-minded. I'm just not swift of foot. I ain't moving much unless you move me. And I'm open for you to move me, but you got to move me. I'm playing football, intellectually football. You got to move me. I ain't just going to get out the way. So some of y'all don't even think. You know what I mean? References you could use to counter what you just said. So why you say it? Simple as that. People don't get it. Okay, so let's get into this. People don't get what's going to happen in these playoffs either. Who's the best team in the playoffs? I don't know. Who's the best quarterback in the playoffs? Should be Josh Allen. Should be Matthew Stafford. It's a lot of guys. Drake May. Well, one of those guys got a lot more pressure than the other guys because let's just say Drake May's a little young and Matthew Stafford already won it. What's up with you, Josh Allen?
And probably since about the divisional round in 2021, Josh Allen has lived in this bubble that you couldn't criticize him. And if you criticized him, you were wrong because of what he did in that divisional playoff round, because of what we seen during the season. If he loses this game, it's on him. I'm not going to care if James Cook doesn't play well. I'm not going to care if Shakir drops balls. I'm not going to care if they can't stop the run. I'm going to care that Josh Allen is the best player left playing in football right now, and he couldn't will his team to win. We have seen the greats drag teams who aren't supposed to be Super Bowl champions to Super Bowls, and there are no other greats in the AFC playing right now. So Josh Allen has to show up in this game, and the support system has to raise its play, or his play has to raise theirs.
Or we're going to have to talk about him differently, in your estimation.
I think at some point, we're going to have to say, okay, Josh, we know what you've done in the past. We believe you've shown up in other situations, but they needed you to show up this year, and you didn't show up in the way that allowed them to keep playing. Okay.
Blah, blah, blah. He's not wrong, but be real. He's also not right. Like, that's not right. I'm not going to say fair. It just doesn't seem right. Let's think about it. Josh Allen, it's impossible to measure how good your team is. Impossible. Now, you can guess your way. You can theorize it. You can say, oh, this team is better than that team and this and this. But it's impossible because you know why? Because in football, like all sports, but this is what I tell my son, it's not how good you are, it's how well you play. So right now, we don't even know how well they're going to play in that game. We don't know. But let's just throw out some scenarios. This is not to protect Josh Allen. This is just to say, let's properly assess Josh Allen. What if, and this has happened to Aaron Rodgers a many a times. Y'all remember, I think it was Seattle one year. Aaron Rodgers took Green Bay up there, balled out. They mess up an onside kick and lose. Their defense gave up like 40. That's on Aaron Rodgers? That's on Josh Allen? See, this is where this gets weird. You do your part. Josh Allen go out there and throw for 5 touchdowns. And then they run for 1 They got 42. They lose a game 48-42. That's happened. We're going to be looking at Josh Allen like, man, you didn't do your da-da-da-da. See, always think about the counter. You're going to put that on Josh Allen, that they don't win? The defense, the special teams, hitting yardage. We getting the ball every time on our own 25, and then they getting the ball midfield. They defense showed up. Every time we stepped on the field, our defense said, if y'all score over 21, we won. Y'all score over 21, we won. That's just a defensive mantra, right? Because you got to think about it, it's not really 21 points. Like people are like, oh, 21 points, y'all gave up a lot. That's 3 plays. You gave up 3 plays, right? And simple as that. Last night, before you even blinked, Indiana had 7. The points. Like, it doesn't matter if the offense got them, defense got them. 21. Anything that says over 21, we should win that game. I don't care what happens. I'm a defender. But we're going to put that on Josh Allen? So we don't know how well he's going to play. So what if he plays well, but they still lose? See, this is why I used to hate. And sometimes my teammates, we arguing out. I'm like, shut up, fool. I had 2 sacks. We lost. So? And I ain't mean so like I wanted to lose or I didn't care we lost. I'm trying to say, you ain't going to tell me I ain't do my part. And this is what people don't want to hear. That's why you didn't win, Wiley. No. I didn't win because everybody didn't do their part enough, including me at times. But not this time. I did my part. Don't talk to me about last year. Don't talk to me about that. We talked about that then. Right now, if I give you 2, you better go get it. What you do? You over here criticizing me? You had 8 carries for 7 yards. Shut up. Or you have 8 carries for 7 yards and we win and you feel good. Where we going tonight, Wiley? I ain't going nowhere. If I have no sacks, half a tackle, where we going tonight? Man, I mean, I could go, but I ain't tripping. I ain't hitting you up. You hit me up. Come by and pick me up. Like, you got to understand this stuff all works together. This is what happened to a lot of y'all parents. One more time, itty bitty time. You got your kid, he on this sick program. He on this sick team. He on that AAU team that goes everywhere. He at that big school, big high school. What is he doing? You can hide behind Sierra Canyon all you want. What is he doing? This is what LeBron found out. What is he doing? I don't want to hear about Sierra Canyon. They're going to be Sierra Canyon. Oh, they're going to be a squad. What is he doing? Better start getting more selfish in these things. If I'm Josh Allen, see, I couldn't be Josh Allen. Because if y'all give me that many microphones and I go out there and throw 5 touchdowns and we lose, guess what I'm saying? We need to get better, starting with them. Never stop. I wouldn't say that. But I certainly be thinking that. I would lie to y'all and then be like, hey, dog, what the fuck? How you going to have 1 yard? You got 9 carries, you have 1 yard. So you and the lineman need to stop hanging out so much and start hanging in. The film room. If I'm the man like that getting 200-something million, oh, I'm talking to people like I got it. Messing up. Because guess what? We're not talking about all of them when the offseason. It ain't pressure on all of them to do something. It's on you. It's all on you to do it. And if you don't do it, then the Buffalo Bills is synonymous with Josh Allen instead of all these other dudes. That is the reason we lost. If I'm Lamar Jackson, I'm sitting there like, Mark Andrews, I know you're amazing. Come on, man. Catch the ball last year. If I'm this one, I'm like, Tyler Luke, just make the kick, man. Come on, man. This is the year. Nobody in the playoffs that's unbeatable. Come on, Tyler. Just make the kick. Let me heal up my back. I had a backy out of me. Come on, man. Well, that's how the game goes. That's how it goes. All right, beat it up in the comments. Let me see what y'all talking about. Bam says real talk. Yeah, I like Bam. Bam gives me a lot of compliments. I keep finding those. Kuntra says, Kuntra? That sound like Roots. Roots got a part 2, but doesn't this contradict your point on Lamar? Josh gets excuses, Lamar gets blames. I don't care what people do that's wrong. I don't make excuses for Lamar Jackson. I don't make excuses for Josh Allen. So you trying to compare me to what? What other people? So other people are doing it wrong, but you saying what I'm saying contradicts that. It should, because I don't believe what they're saying. I'm not blaming Lamar Jackson for all of their issues this year. Are you kidding me? His name ain't Likely. His name ain't Derrick Henry not getting the ball. His name ain't Tyler Lue missing no kick. His name ain't juggle the ball and drop it. Come on, man. Y'all got to get deeper in the weeds if y'all going to start calling things out. You got to know where the bugs are. Y'all just sitting there looking at the damn flower bloom like, that's how it is. No, get in the dirt. Then you'll know. Well, let's get in the dirt a little bit because I want to go back to college football. Tell me what y'all would do. They over here talking about Dante Moore, who looked. He could throw. You know he had a player and all that, but I don't know. I can't lie. Let me say it for real. He looks suspect last night, like up here. He looked a little like, I mean, look, you throw a pick 6 your first play, I think it's going to be a bad day. But I don't know. I need to turn the pilot up a little bit. The fire. He responded to the pick 6 with a touchdown of his own. This is going to make sense. We got a shout out of love. Bam just became a member. Welcome to the club, big dog. He just became a draft pick. Love you, Bam. Appreciate you, big dog. Let's talk about this for real, because we really don't dive deep enough into the word experience. And let's simplify that. Like, how do you simplify just one word, Marcellus? Well, when we say experience, you think of so many different things, but the reality is, how are you going to be able to respond to adversity? Think about it. Top quarterback is going to go to one of the worst teams, because if you're a top quarterback, you're going to get drafted high. You go to the bad teams. Bad teams inevitably are going to deal with adversity. So how do you pick yourself up? Here's another one. A lot of times people try to build themselves up mentally to not fall down. It's a different approach. It's just an approach. You try to build yourself up so you never have any issues, blemishes. You don't fall down. You don't make mistakes. You know that ain't going to work. And then there's another way of approaching the same thing by saying, I'm just learning the proper technique of how to fall and how to get up. Martial arts, some of those practices show you that. Some of those disciplines show you that. What do you want? Jiu-jitsu, and you start on the floor. You got to learn how to get yourself out of these positions, right? And then some of them you start standing up, and you better not fall, or that's a point. That's a debit. That's a demerit. So the point is, when you get you an experienced college quarterback, the reason why he translates better to the pros is simple. That boy coming in already beat up. He already had the experience. First time you went to the amusement park. First time you went to Six Flags, Disneyland. I still can't say that word, Disneyland. I spelled Disney. I spelled Disneyland, T-H-I-S, Disneyland. Here we go. First time you go, you are insufferable. You are the worst person to be around. I don't care how old you are. Why? Because you don't have the patience. You get to Space Mountain. You get to X2. You get to Batman. And your ass think you're going to walk right up there. No, you're not. You got 2-3 hours. Okay, now I learn. Mama, who them people walking past us? Oh, they got a fast pass. I want a fast pass. Boy, I ain't spending no extra $100, $200 getting you no fast. I'll save it. I'll do whatever, mama. Chores, more. I get money for A's, something. Okay. Next time you go, here's experience. Next time you go, you know the fast pass. And you get it. And then you still mad because even with the fast pass, you got to wait 2 minutes, 5 minutes. I spent extra money and I still got to. Yes, you do, ma'am. Yes, you do. Other people got fast passes too. Then you either could go this way now. You know what to expect. Fast pass, slow lane, it don't matter. You just walk in knowing, be patient. That's experience. You learn how to get up. You know it ain't going to go the way you want it, no matter what you do. Name him. Tom Brady, as he mentioned, the GOAT. It wasn't perfect. Had to sit a whole year, as he should, because he wasn't a high pick. You behind the first guy ever get $100 million in the NFL. Then he gets hurt, and you know what happens? Come on. Chance of your lifetime. Chance, literally as a backup, sixth rounder. Backup sixth rounder. Drew Bledsoe gets his torso torn off. Poof. Mo Lewis. Whoa, he hit his ass. And Drew Bledsoe's huge. Bow. And Coach didn't say, go in, Tom. He said, you want to be the GOAT? Think about what the opportunity is. You want the chance of your lifetime? You want to be best quarterback ever, best football player regarded ever? Go in there. He went in there and never came out. God, I love that. That's insane. That's insane. That's insane. All right, let's beat this up. I don't know. Look, I don't like to call nobody a liar, but I also don't believe everybody's telling the truth. Tell me what y'all think about this. Come on, Johnny Manziel. Why'd you really miss that college game day?
You know, the elephant in the room for me and for everybody at this juncture in my life is the college game day, Texas A&M, Miami game. And obviously I made a decision being friends with Jake, Paul, and a lot of people in his camp and having the opportunity to do Impulsive this year with Logan and Mike. I decided that I wanted to go see this fight. So I flew in to Miami. I went to the fight with my manager and a couple friends. And for me, it was an unbelievable experience. I think to sit there and watch the pure power of Anthony Joshua, the heart of Jake, just to hop in that ring and do what he did, was an amazing night. You know, from there, I went and hung out with some friends. As a lot of people know who know me, 11 is one of my favorite places to frequent in Miami. And
there we go. Wait a minute. Just by time differences in zones, college game day was in Texas that day, so that's central, right? And then you on the East Coast, and you still got to fly there, and game day hella early. I don't care where you are. You mean you went to a fight that ended on the East Coast, that ends at midnight? Nah, later. Because on the West Coast, them fights be ending late. Johnny, come on, man. You didn't want to go. Just say it.
I started feeling really bad. I walked to the restroom, try and throw up, and, wasn't drinking like I normally do in the past, All
right, you're starting to scare me right now. Maybe I shouldn't laugh. That's starting to sound like addict talk. I wasn't drinking like I normally do in the past. That has nothing to do with anything, because that doesn't give us any reference. How much did you drink before? Oh, man, I used to have a whole gallon. Now I'm down to a damn quart. Like, what do you mean? Come on, Johnny, keep going.
I had so much planned for college game day.
No, you didn't.
Such a exciting time to be an Aggie. Such an incredible season for us. Obviously didn't end the way we wanted to, but such an amazing experience to host a home game at Kyle Field. It felt like for me, what an amazing experience to watch a program that you've had so much to do with and be so much a part of get to this college football playoff for the first time and have a home game against a team that I felt we matched up very well against. I had a ton of surprises for game day. I had Drake coming to the game with me.
All right, there we go. Now we gone. Blah, blah, blah. You had Drake coming with you? Oh, Drake couldn't put you on that 747 and just say, man, throw up on my plane while we land. I don't know, man. Look, I remember growing up and my uncle was on crack. And I didn't know that because I was young and I just heard of crack. I didn't see crack. Like, I ain't never messed with crack, and all that stuff. But I do remember all the issues that used to happen. I remember him and my grandmother getting into it. My grandmother was religified, holified, right? Always in church, just one of those people, older, just did nothing. She had a childhood, she had an adulthood, she did all that. At the same time, she turned the corner and she was just all about church. And my uncle stole from her. And boy, you saw the struggle between who she used to be and who she is now, between turning the other cheek, between let God deal with it, between that and also not trying to call my uncle a liar, but like, you ain't doing right. You ain't living right. You ain't it. And I had to kick him out because he, trying to stay with her and was taking stuff. And I just remember how weird it felt. Like I couldn't convict him of anything, but I was like, everybody's suspicious of you. I just remember that weird feeling of like, I can't nail it, but I could tell it. Something like that. Well, beat it up in the comments. Y'all believe Johnny Manziel or not? I mean, whatever. Yeah, just, dog, you couldn't do that. You couldn't pull that off. Even going to the fight wasn't the most responsible thing. But hey, I can understand you went to the fight. You're going to crash right after the fight and wake up and be at the airport. Or, more importantly, this is what you should have did if you're really gangster, if you're not taking a private, which Johnny qualifies. Maybe he could, maybe he did, maybe he wasn't. Go. This is what you should do if you're going to do it the immature way. Go to the fight, go to the club, 2 drink max, go 3. Go to the airport with somebody, sleep right at the gate. Pay the lady, pay the dude, $20, wake me up when it's time to board. You probably would have got there when it was time to board. Sleep on the plane, 2 hours for athlete metabolism like that. Oh man, and that's the immature way. But I've seen it done. I've seen you pull it off. I would have never done that. Like wake up, I gotta be on 8. Nah, not that. Not game day. No, I can't do that. Now, I've done some crazy stuff. I've done a lot of stuff where I'm going to go party, go on the flight, and I'll be back home all day, every day. But that's crazy. This crazy, too. Get him, Stephen A.
And I want to say this about Keith Olbermann. I'm sick of your pathetic ass.
Ooh.
I really, really am. You're a 66-year-old barely with any friends.
Uh-oh.
Who the hell knows what's going on in your life? And all you do is sit back. And the second you disagree with somebody, you pop shit.
Facts.
You, of all people, you, Keith Olbermann, literally trying to get me fired? It's time for ESPN to follow Stephen A. He's hurting the brand. He's bad. He's damaging the brand. What? Cartoon character? Who looks more like a cartoon character than you? Keith Olbermann, you can't run 5 feet with your fat self.
Oh, he got big?
And I'm not talking about fat people. I'm talking about Keith Olbermann.
No, you doing both. It's all right.
You can't run 5 feet. You've been walking around with a cane, exercising melodrama every chance you get. All you do is make enemies. You napalm bridges. All the time, including ESPN.
Ooh.
And you got the nerve to talk about me? You think I'm going to say, how many times? I want y'all to know, ladies and gentlemen, I've been in this business since 1994. I have never uttered a negative syllable about Keith Olbermann. Ever. Keith Olbermann is one of the greatest talents we have ever had in the history of sports television, if not television overall. An unbelievably, exceptionally gifted writer and commentator who is nothing short of exceptional at what he does. So why does he have to resort to being seen on YouTube and barely anywhere else? Because nobody wants him. Because he's a raw pain in the ass.
Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. I don't even know what the issues are other than I think Stephen A. Smith is right about Keith Olbermann because he's come at everybody, including me. He kind of just sets stuff off like, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. And it's not done in the spirit of like, I don't know. He doesn't concede when he's wrong or it's political. I think it's really political. And this is a political topic. They obviously were talking about the ICE shooting, so he responded to that. So Keith Olbermann, yeah, super talented, big brain. Good Lord, that dude was smart. Now he turned into that kind of a troll of sorts. At the same time, I don't agree everything what Stephen A. Smith said, the ending especially. People got to understand that if you are Keith Olbermann, who hit people over side of the head multiple times, he had major deals. You got to understand, not everybody wants to grind out. This is the one thing that I keep catching with everybody. People like almost look at retirement like it's a weird place, or landing the plane is a weird place. Like some people have different priorities. Like Stephen A. Smith's priority is to conquer the whole media world, it seems like. And he's on pace if he ain't already there, right? But maybe Olbermann's is not. So two things can be true. Olbermann is a troll, but at the same time, Olbermann is chilling because he made so much money and he like, I don't care about all that stuff no more. Maybe you don't care enough about that stuff so you don't play the role which is necessary for you to get those jobs. You get it? So you make the choice. Not everybody's fancy for that. I know a few people that are like just, hybrid retired. They just like, look, I'm looking for opportunities. I'll consult here. I'll do this here, but I don't do nothing. What I do? Nothing. You can't look at them from afar and be like, oh, look at them. They can't get no job. They can get whatever they want. But what comes with a job is you got to do what somebody else wants you to do to some degree. So that's the only part I push back on. That's the only part. Like, don't always look at somebody like, they stuck on stupid. Nah, some people, there's going to be a day, hopefully, that Stephen A. Smith just finally says, let me smell all these roses. Put them all together. God dang, I did a lot. And just chill out. Maybe, maybe not. But I'm on YouTube right now. Stephen A. Smith's on YouTube. This is a YouTube show. He's on YouTube. It's almost like, it's weird. It happened when I left football. And literally, I left football and started working at the NFL Network and ESPN immediately. And there was this stigma. Think about it. This how far we've come. People were looking at me like, you okay, Wiley? I was like, yeah, why? Why you retire from football and immediately start working? Did you spend all your money? I was like, huh? I'm 32. You think I'm not supposed to work again or live again or do something else, or all my highlights are supposed to be behind me? I can't have nothing in front of me. And what I wanted in front of me was something else. So it was a stigma. Why are you doing that? So there's a stigma now for somebody like Keith Olbermann, who made tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars, who's like, I just want to sit here and troll people. It's so weird. If y'all follow me on that one, you get where I'm coming from. It's kind of crazy. So anyway, let's get into, we got any more spicy topics? It's about time to get up out of here. Yeah, let's get to the politics. Okay, we got all these other good topics, but good could wait. Let's get into politics. Politics. Ooh, this is a really good topic. We got to do that AB tomorrow. Y'all seen the clear video of AB? I got to tell you some inside scoop too on AB. A lot of stuff going on with AB. A lot of good stuff. And obviously, not all. We got to deal with that case, but I could give you some inside scoop on that. Tomorrow, no, Monday, I ain't doing nothing tomorrow. Tomorrow's the Lord's Day. All right, let's get to this politics because I think this is crazy. Oh, no, I got to play this one. This is hilarious. Y'all see this one? This ain't fair. Speaking of troll, this is a troll. Anthony Davis just released his first signature shoe. He got hurt again yesterday. And they were saying he's only played 29 games of the 70 he's been available for the Mavs. He just stays hurt. Look, Anthony, I'm raising my hand. I was injury prone as well. Same as you, big dog, so don't feel bad. Don't feel bad at all. Okay, now here's something that's interesting. We're going to play this. Y'all seen this video. People want you to feel bad. People don't want you to feel bad. Anyone loses their life, I feel bad for. But I do understand this new wave of energy. People say they don't feel bad. I think what they're really trying to say is you stepped in it. You caused your own harm. Why should I care more than you cared? I think that's what people are trying to say. Because I hope we are not in a place with our morality and we're heartless to the point where we're like, I don't care if she died. It's just you're saying, she didn't care. Why are you making me outwardly care? Let's watch this. Remember this?
Get out of the ball.
Oh, my.
Change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking president. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead. Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the car.
Man. Man. Now, there's a strong reaction to this. Strong reaction to this. Obviously, not just domestically, worldwide, still trending. A lot of commentary on that. And the commentary I want to give on it is very extensive as well. Because there's a lot of infractions in that moment right there. A lot went wrong in that moment. And I think it's best served that we give this enough time and the proper amount of time to do it. But I will say this. No matter how you live, no matter how you're living, like sports, it's a game. That game will end. Make sure you really think about and respect how you're playing it. Because as I said before, and I'm going to always say this, from my first conscious thought to now, everybody I've seen has won in life. Everybody. And I know what I just said. I said an absolute. Everybody. The problem is some people are winning games that they don't want them prizes. They don't want that outcome. Because what they're going to give you when you win that game ain't the same for every game you play. So think back on everybody you've ever come across and think about the decisions that they made. Okay? We're not talking about innocent bystanders. We're not talking about that. We're talking about people who have conscious decisions who deal with consequences from those conscious decisions. They got exactly what they were asking for. Problem is, now they regret asking for it. You're going to win the game. Did you really want to win that prize? I'm going to go deeper on that. There's some great reactions, tremendous reactions to it, but we've been here long enough. So much love to you guys. Have a beautiful Saturday. It's the weekend. My son, pray for his knee. It's sore. I'm like, damn, you already got injuries? Anthony Davis ass son. I hope he become Anthony Davis. I'll take the injuries. But in all seriousness, he's 10. We got a lot of ball and sports and life to live. Don't go out there with no sore knee, big dog. So we're going to take him out. I'll see you at Legends if you're going to Coach Jason Brown. Shout out to him. I think Willie McGinn is supposed to be there, I heard. Shout out to Willie Mack. Ain't seen him in forever. Darnell Smith, everybody who's going to be there. Sean King, I'm sure he's going to be there with his chunky soup looking. Love to y'all. Peace.
It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come.
Oh, this is not hyperbole here.
Because I believe the purpose. Time to hydrate. Hydration's the situation. So.
Blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah. Somebody asked why I cut off my streams at 90.